Today on In the Woodyard, he's back. He can't wait to get back to work because it's what?
The best job I've ever had.
That's what I thought he was going to say. Here we go. So Tyler's back. He couldn't wait to get here because he had so much fun the other day. And I've got a load of wood back here that we split. We're going to get it stacked right here. But we got it all ready to go. And before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about, he had a couple questions about delivery because you're starting to have people that want you to deliver wood for you. And his question was, you know, at what point do you charge and how much do you charge and how do you deal with it? So one of the things you brought up is, you know, at what distance? And you're going at 10 miles, you're delivering for free.
Yep.
Kind of like I am. And then after that, I do 25 bucks for every 10 miles after that.
Okay. And
then if someone wants it to go real far, like last year I delivered a load, it was 130 miles.
Yeah, I don't usually go that's way too far for my...
That's more than I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Because it basically took me half a day, you know, to drive there, dump it, and drive back. And as a guy that was a regular customer of mine that normally he bought a full quart at his house every year and he wanted a full quart at his cottage. I said, it's got to be at least a full quart. I'm not going to do it, first of all. And he said, no problem. I said, and it's not going to be inexpensive. I said, because it's going to take me a half a day. So I understand. So I basically kind of figured like my hourly charge on top of my fuel and whatever I needed to do. So I think he paid as much for the delivery as he did the wood. And he was like, I don't care. It's good wood. I want good stuff. He said, I've bought junk wood up there and it never, you know, burned well for me. He says, I want your wood. I said, okay. So I charged him a bunch. It was like almost 300 bucks for the delivery.
Oh, wow.
You know, well, what was that, half a day for me? And truck going there and all that, and plus the wood. So, but I really don't want to go that far. I've got a couple other customers where I go 40 miles, and then I got another one 50, and I got one that I go almost 80 miles on a regular basis, a couple times a year. So on the delivery fee, you know, charge what you need to, make money on it. And we were just talking about, you know, if you can back right up to the rack, that's ideal. And I charge a flat amount.
Yep, because I got people that will help assist with unloading off the truck.
Right.
And I don't charge them for stacking fee because they're helping. Right. But if I would have to stack everything myself, then I would charge.
Yep, and I charge 20 bucks per face cord, but that is only if I can get right up to the rack and stack it right out of the truck or out of the trailer. I got one guy every year, he buys a full cord every year. I back the trailer right to his pad and I stack the whole full cord. I generally can do it in 40 minutes. And I charge them 20 bucks per face cord. So it's 60 bucks for 20 minutes, or for 45 minutes worth of work. So it's you want to make sure you charge enough for it. You probably could charge more. There are the people that I get that want to have me stack it. It's because they don't want to have to deal with it. They got, you know, they just don't want to do it, or they physically can't do it. Yep. But if you have to take that wood and go around to the back of the garage, or through a garage, or to a rack on the side of the garage, you got to charge more. Okay. And I do it, I figure it out, I just tell them, I give them a guesstimate. I tell them up front, you know, if I got to go from, you know, the access point around to the back, it's going to be, say for a face cord, instead of normally I charge 20, I got to charge at least 50 bucks because I'm going to be there.
A lot longer now.
A lot longer, yeah. And you got to take a wheelbarrow, you got to take a cart, whatever it is to get it back there. So charge more for it, and don't be afraid to just say, hey, it's going to be this much. Okay. And go from there. So
that makes sense, you know, because your time is valuable just like everyone else's.
Yeah, they got to understand that. So, and then I've had people too, one customer that I can remember that I'm glad he didn't call back.
Always got a couple of those.
I get there and I back up to the garage. I says, well, I can put it right into the garage. I can back into the back of the garage. He says, well, I want it in the backyard in the rack back there. And it was 100 yards away. And there was no way to get around because he had neighbors on both sides. I said, that's good. I can do that, but it's going to be extra. I said, that's a long ways to go. I didn't have a car. He didn't tell me. He says, you can back right into my garage. I should have asked, do you have a rack in the garage? Yeah. He said, you can back right into the garage. I assumed that's where it was going to go. But no, he wanted it in the back, another 100 yards. So he never called back because I just threw it in a pile. I said, sorry, I don't have any equipment. You didn't tell me. And I said, I can take it there, but it's going to cost you a bunch more. Yep. And he didn't like that, so that's just what you got to do. Yep. So we're going to get to stacking. There it is, wood is stacked, and this is all the debris we had, which is almost nothing because we were just talking, we used a single wedge when we split this yesterday or the other day, and this was actually a full load plus but a little over a half a load, and that's all the debris we had. but that's because we used a single wedge mostly, and so it's just much cleaner because you're making more precise cuts. So this whole stack here was the load we just did, and then there was probably half of this row here we did yesterday, or 2 days, whenever that was, we did the stacking on that. So not much debris at all, but that's just because of the accuracy of the wedge, being able to position it. And we wanted to use a single wedge because we were splitting a lot of nasty, crotchy crap that you can't really use a 4-way. And you could, but it'd be a lot harder. That single wedge is just so much better.
We're gonna get the chain out and pull it off the splitter again.
Yeah. Or yeah, sometimes you have to do that. That happens. So we got it all stacked, and
precision backing up a trailer.
It was precision. Down just like a half inch, just give it a little. That's good, that's good. Rest around the So we got that done, and what did you think of stacking today?
Second best job I've ever had.
Really? Why is that?
Because tomorrow we're getting the saws out.
Ooh, you should come back tomorrow, don't you think?
I think so.
He's got 4 saws you brought along?
Yep.
And I've got 4 or 5 saws. We're gonna have a bunch of saws tomorrow's video, which we're gonna do right now, but you're not seeing it till tomorrow. So between now and tomorrow, go to my channel. There's 800 videos for you to watch. How many of them should they watch?
All of them.
There you go. That's the right answer. And tomorrow morning, what time should they be here to watch?
5:30 a.m.
There you go. That's it.
Good night, Irene.